Jonty, it's another tough afternoon here at Post Office Road. We've said that quite a few times over the years on the trip down here, but finished Featherstone 66, Whitehaven 0, and it's a game you may not have targeted for 2 points, but you'd have expected a performance coming down here, and you just didn't get that this afternoon.
Believing in Jordan, I thought we could come down here and get something out of that game today. With the weight they've been travelling this year, both teams 7 losses before today. Understandable. They've got a real good roster. They've got some good players, but it's like there's something not ticking up until today. And I just thought I don't know if we didn't have that belief. I think first 10 minutes it was all us, looking down the right hand side of the field, playing downhill, over the line twice, 3 times was it? Maybe could have had Owen got tackled off. He charged a kick down, got tackled 5 metres out, spilled the ball again. Gebby was over the line, knock on. Joy was offside on a 10-metre good ball kick, over the line, putting it down. You can't be offside on a short kick like that. So early doors, we had chances to get some points on the board. We didn't. After Gebby should have scored, he throws the ball away, gets Simbin, and Fev get 2 tries while Gebby's off, and that's just the start of it. So it's just how we are, smarts, and I talked about our skill and execution after last week's got to be really good, because if you don't complete against these teams, you're defending for quite a lot, and we've done that. I think it was 24 sets to 14 in the first half to Fev, and you just can't do it, mate. And it takes the gas out the tank, and when you're not smart enough and you're not complete, it's just a snowball effect, and that's what these teams do here.
Following that, Edine, Simbin in the first half, they come up, they get the try, they go back to back, and you mentioned you potentially could have been 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 points up, however it may have been. How would it felt, say 12-0 up you could have been, you find yourselves 12-0 down and to 24-point swing, and the lads, his head just seemed to be down after that, saying that the home side had scored back-to-back tries. And
100% it was, mate. Me and Kirky said right away when they got the 2 tries while Eddie was off, was it 20 minutes in or something like that, you can see the attitude shift. There's effort there, mate. These efforts, but it's just we were completing at 50% after 10 minutes, and we could have been 10-0 up. Yeah. You know what I mean? Second half, we had 11 good ball sets, believe it or not. In a game where we're 66 down, we had 11 good ball sets. We complete 2. Like, what is that about? You know what I mean? 4 of them we're behind of our own 6. We knocked the ball on in their 10, their 20, their 13. 20 seconds later, we're behind the 6 because they're breaking out and scoring. Miles off, absolutely miles off, mate.
And you've remarked so much throughout the season, and when we spoke in pre-season about how you wanted your side to compete, you wanted the side to stay in games, because we've seen what happened last year. You've seen that about points difference, and then you concede 32 points in the second half last week and only scored 4. You've conceded 66 today without response, and going into this sort of game, your points difference was at I think it was minus 92. It was minus 72 the week before. It's that's in line with a lot of teams in the rest of the division. But now you've conceded obviously so many points in these games that it's coming to be an issue again.
The league table doesn't lie, mate. We're third at bottom. Dewsbury and Barras are the only ones with the worst points difference, and basically, we over the last 2 weeks under point turnaround nearly in it, which I thought these performances were past. I thought we were past it, mate, but obviously not. I talked about belief at half time. I talked about belief at full time. Do they really believe we can come to Featherstone and get something out of the games? Well, I did, because Swinton come here and get a win. You know what I mean? And they're in games. I used them last year as a yardstick. I'm doing the same again this year, where I shouldn't be. I should be saying, well, we've had a good go today. If you get beat, you get beat. But if it's by 6 points, you can live with it. But it's by 66, mate. It's a totally different kettle of fish. And we've got a tough 3 or 4 week coming up there, and we've lost a couple more players today. And it's a case of, like, what do we do here regarding more players? We've got 1 coming back in, but we've got 2 going out. I know Curtis didn't play today, so Curtis coming back in, it'll just be a case of putting Joy to full back and Curtis back in for losing Mazo. And it's a case of maybe have to play Rio back in the second row if obviously Owen McCann will have his HIA. So That's just not good enough today, is it? Let's be honest. Let's be brutally honest, mate. If we're in the dogfight again, aren't we? We've had games this year where we've been unlucky not to get wins, or a couple of skill errors have let us down off getting 2 points. But today our skill was nowhere near good enough, and we got 66 points against us.
The game seemed to turn round. Obviously, there was that 3 or 4 minutes where you lost Owen early doors, and Gebby's obviously Simbin in, and such things like that. But your side, when they go through adversity, whether it's through the week with players injured and maybe not as many as training you would like, or whether it's on a game day where you lose Owen McCarran and you have to reshuffle things, or you're down to 12 players for 10 minutes. It ended up being 20 minutes later on, of course, with Gebby being sin-binned again. But you want your squad to be able to deal with that adversity, and today it just didn't seem to be there.
I mean, there's comments there in the change rooms about training, right? So I've got last few. This is the first time I've named 18. So you take out last week's game of two lone players, was he? Same. I've got 3 lone players today. So I'm going into training this week. Probably them 3 lone players will be with the parent club on Tuesday, and you're taking Mazo and McCann out of that. So we've got training. We'll be lucky if we've got 15. You can't even do a proper left for right session with 15. I'm not using that as the excuse. We've got to deal with what's coming, and what we do with training. Yes, of course it's going to have an effect on games, but I do think we turn it with the wrong attitude when games like this. I thought that had gone there, but obviously I've got some more digging to do to see why we're like that.
You've got some more digging to do to try and bring some bodies in. Is the scope there to bring some bodies in this week?
You can only play 5. We've got 3 now. Money issues, I understand that. I don't know if we can fetch more people in, but I think that team on that field there, at the start of the game, to me, we can get something out of that game with the names on that team sheet. I mean, 66 after 80 minutes. There's something wrong somewhere in there.
Thank you very much, Jonty.